Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
Once again, justice has been served at NXT. We are the Shield, the most dominant, efficient force in the history of this company. We run Raw, we run SmackDown, and now and forever, we run NXT. Shield. Shield. Remember me? It's Graves. I don't believe in the Shield. And if you think you're gonna run around roughshod on NXT, well, you're wrong. Because NXT is my personal wasteland, not yours. You guys have cost me the NXT title twice, and I'm not gonna put up with it anymore. So I don't care which one of you decides to show up next week, but I'm gonna put you down, and you're gonna stay down. I started this with Corey Graves. I will finish it with Corey Graves. You guys can take the night off. Graves wants me one-on-one, and at the end of the night, just like everybody else, when he's laying flat on the mat, Corey Graves will believe in the Shield.
I'm gonna put you down, and you're gonna stay down.
The piercing stare of the savior of misbehavior. Stalking his way to the ring. The first ever NXT champion, now known, perhaps infamously, as 1/3 of the Shield. Here's Seth Rollins.
And his opponent, from Davenport, Iowa, weighing 210 pounds, Shield member, Seth Rollins.
Mr. Regal, typically lumberjacks are there to keep the fight in the ring. However, according to Corey Graves, he wants to make sure that the rest of the Shield is kept out by the lumberjacks. What do you expect?
Well, that's actually quite the right way of thinking, isn't it? I mean, you want to make sure that you don't get attacked. Corey Graves knows that he has the ability one-on-one against Seth Rollins, but you can't fight the Shield. Nobody has been able to fight the Shield as a unit. It's so dominant.
Our commentary colleague, John Bradshaw Layfield, said that the Shield is the most cohesive group he's seen ever in WWE.
Colleague? When was he a colleague of yours?
I like to group us in with the rest of the WWE announcers, don't you? There's Corey Graves working on the midsection of Seth Rollins. What's Rollins' strategy here, William?
Well, he thought he was going to try and get away and regroup for himself, but then he realized the lumberjacks were there, and he knows he's got nowhere to go.
Graves in control early. What is the strategy like in a lumberjacks match? How is it different?
Well, you know you don't want to go out anywhere. Well, first of all, if you're smart enough, you scout the lumberjacks. If there's a friendly face out there, if you need to get away, that's where you need to be. Otherwise, you have to try and stay in the ring.
We saw a surgically precise kick there from Graves, as Graves is in total control early.
Don't take Corey Graves lightly, and obviously you shouldn't, but just some people, because of his look and he wears the outfit he wears.
Look at this reversal by Rollins.
People can take him lightly. He knows exactly what he's doing in the ring. He's a great competitor, been all over the world, knows what he's doing, and has a terribly good vicious streak. And when I say terribly good, I mean in a good way. He's got a spitefulness about him, which is when he gets the upper advantage on his opponent, that's where we see the best of him.
Rollins flying in. Now, Rollins has not had as much one-on-one competition during this destructive phase of the Shield, but it looks like his one-on-one skills haven't eroded.
That's never going to leave him. Don't forget that Seth Rollins was the NXT champion.
Oh!
And he defended it mightily.
Nicely escaped
For a
by
long
Graves.
time here on NXT.
Oh!
It's like that old thing, you know, once you learn to ride a bike, you never forget, and that's, Seth Rollins is an incredible competitor.
Lumberjacks doing their job, putting Graves right back into the center of the ring. Rollins in for the cover.
Would you let any one of these Lumberjacks babysit for you?
Our main event continues. Graves battling back to his feet. Ooh! The impact. Seth Rollins, good night. A victory, no!
It was a stiff leg flying kick, not a drop kick, just a straight leg right to the sternum.
Competitive battle here in our main event. Another submission maneuver from Seth Rollins.
Beautiful body scissors there. You don't see this applied enough, but a body scissors does so much damage to your opponent. It's just, you actually constrict your opponent. You're not crushing him, so every time your opponent breathes out, you tighten a little, and it makes it harder for them to breathe in, which wears them out really quickly.
The varied offensive weapons of Seth Rollins, which made him the first NXT champion. Look at Rollins. Dominating on the mat right now. What could be going through the mind of Corey Graves, who is a submission specialist on his own?
Just to get out of that body scissors first so he can catch his breath, and then try and get hold of something so he can apply a submission.
Ooh.
That's a face shot. That's a face shot.
We've seen a lot of this from Seth Rollins in recent weeks. Kicking, stomping, attacking all the biggest names in sports entertainment.
Now we've got 12 Lumberjacks around the ring, making sure that nobody can get in or nobody can get out.
And Seth Rollins showing the kind of offense that has made him at one time the NXT champion and then now currently part of this destructive trio, the Shield, that hasn't lost. Sneering. Seth Rollins taunting. Can Corey Graves get back to his feet?
This is fascinating to me. Nobody likes either competitor, but they despise Seth Rollins so much they're actually egging on and willing along Corey Graves.
Is this a matchup where it's the lesser of two evils?
Exactly, yes. They want Corey Graves to put a whipping, if you want, onto Seth Rollins.
Here's Rollins in control. But a turnaround there. Now Graves, back and forth we go.
Seth Rollins knows his way around the ring so well, using the ring as a weapon, and that's always great competing.
Both men are staggered and stunned. A grueling matchup. Ooh! Nicely avoided by Graves.
Flying knee there to the temple.
Ooh! Vicious clothesline.
Point of the elbow in the throat.
Building momentum. Look at that move. Trying to lock in the submission maneuver.
No, he actually wasn't there. Oh, what he was trying to do was actually to wrench the knee and wrench the ankle, and he did a great job of it.
We saw Rollins, 3 Lumberjacks descending immediately and forcing Rollins back inside. No love lost by the Lumberjacks.
Oh, dragon screw leg whip off the corner post there. Now,
what a move.
If Seth Rollins is able to walk now, it'll be a miracle. You watch Corey Graves will zero in now, targeting right onto that bad knee.
Can Corey Graves finish this matchup?
Using that face-forward suplex, a gourd buster, as Arn Anderson used to call it, to smash the knee of Seth Rollins. Oh, whoa, here we go. Whoa.
Here comes the Shield.
Ambrose and Rollins not frightened of taking on 12 men. That shows you the kind of just fierceness about the Shield.
Roman Reigns just decked 3 people in a row. Absolute chaos at NXT. A clothesline by Ambrose. Bodies strewn everywhere. Anarchy reigns in the ring and around the ring, with the Shield doing what they've done so many times before.
There's two men stood on the floor. There's 12 men lying on their backs. That shows you the destructive force of the Shield.
This matchup's still going on. Oh. Seth Rollins with the exclamation point. Good night.
Here is your winner, Shield member Seth Rollins.
If anybody needed the fact driving home to them that the Shield are the most destructive force that we've ever seen in the WWE, just look around the ring now. There's 12 men, in fact there's 13 men laying on their backs and not moving, and there's 3 men stood in that ring.
The Shield lay waste to the NXT roster. Ambrose, Rollins, Reigns, bringing their brand of justice to NXT.